All right, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you all how I make a ring out of a coin. In this case, it's a what we call a silver round. It's 0.999 pure silver. First thing we're going to do is punch a hole in the center of it, and allows us to get a perfectly centered hole. So I'm going to do a 5/8 inch hole in this one, or sorry, 9/16. So I put the 9/16 die in there. Now I'm going to take a little piece of paper towel and lay it on top. Lay the coin down and put another piece on top of that. Then I'm going to screw this lid down on there. Put the punch in, like so. Alright, so I'm going to make some noise here, so if you're wearing earbuds or something, beware. Alright, take this lid off. Now the coin's going to be stuck to that punch. So I have to knock it off there with a soft hammer. Well, here's the little piece we punched out of it. You can use this to make a pendant or cuff link or whatever. All right. So knock that punch out of there. All right. So we have to do something really important at this stage. When that punch goes through the coin, it leaves a ragged edge on the bottom. You know, it went through this way. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a ragged edge there. And that ragged edge is a bunch of little micro fractures, I guess you could say. And I got to clean those off of there, or when I start stretching this into a ring shape, those little cracks will turn into tears. And if we're not careful, we would split the ring, just tear it in half. So I'm going to use this deburring tool, and I'm just going to clean that edge up real good. Do that on both sides. And I'll hit the middle also. All right, that should be good enough to take care of the issue. Yeah, feels good. So we can set that aside for now. And then we're going to start turning it into a ring shape. And I'm going to do that with this arbor press. Okay, so you put the ring of the coin in face down. I want the dragon to be on the outside of the ring, so that's got to go down like this. And I'm going to use this Deburring ball. It's actually a hard plastic ball bearing. And we've got to get that coin in there nice and level. So when we push it, it goes down straight, even. All right, that looks pretty good. So probably should clean this edge up a little bit more, sand it. And I need to anneal also. I should have done that actually before I started folding it, but it's okay. It's fine silver, so. But I will go ahead and anneal it. Annealing just softens the metal, makes it more pliable, easy to work with. Okay, that should be good. I'll douse it in this cold water. All right, now we can continue with the forging process. So I'll continue with this reduction die, stainless steel. I'm going to use a stainless steel cone. And once again, I need to get this nice and straight. Not quite straight. You have to be really careful at this point in the process. I don't like the look of it. I need to make sure it's nice and level. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, still not level. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so to go down about halfway. Then I'm going to change over to this composite material. It's a softer material, and it won't damage our detail. Flip it over to the other side. It's best to keep this coin as high up in the die as possible. All right. So there's our coin turned into a ring shape. Okay, so we want this to turn out to be a size 11. So I need to measure and see where we are. It needs to be, since I want a size 11, it needs to be right now about 13. So right now it's 11 and a half, so I need to stretch it a little bit. And the reason for that will become apparent a little later in the process. So here's the stretcher. Stretcher is stainless steel mandrel, and this got this rod in the middle of it, and when I move the lever, the mandrel expands. So that's how we get our stretching. So what we want to do right now is lift this cut edge, the edge we poked the hole in, and raise it up into almost a 90-degree angle here like this. Okay, check the size. 13.5, so that's good. Now we can start reducing the size down, and part of that process will be to straighten this wall out, because right now it's in a cone shape, as you can see, cone shape, and I want this to be straight across here. So I'm going to start reducing the size of this cut, or the reed side, to be same size as this side, and then we'll have a straight edge across the top. So I'll be using the arbor press to do that, but I'll be using a different kind of die. And this process is called Swedish wrap. And I need to wrap this coin up real good in this plumber's tape. And what that's going to do is protect the detail as I'm forcing it down through the die. So I'm just going to wrap it about 15 times if I can get started. There we go. The first wrap is the hardest. Oops. Gonna have to open up another roll. Well, we can get started with this. So I'll fold this over like so. Alright, so now it's going to go in this die with the reed side down. Just kind of push it down in there, nice and level. I'll go ahead and use the ram to help get it leveled out. Alright, so now, see what's called a Ross pusher. And I'm just going to start pushing this down a little bit at a time. Okay, that's enough for the first one. I'm going to have to get another roll of tape out. Okay, then I'm going to turn it over, push it down from this side. And that pushed the tape back up a little bit. And you can see this dark blue means it's getting hard. Tape is getting hard. All right, give me a second here. All right, so now we'll put it back in there, reed side down. And we have to be really careful because there's such a steep angle in this die that the detail in the coin is coming in contact with the die. So this, if I wasn't using this tape, I'd just be smashing the detail, and this tape will protect it. Serves as a barrier between the ring and the die. Push a little more now, see where we are on size. And you can see our cone shape is starting to go away now. It's more straight. Also, you can kind of see the detail starting to show through the tape. So that's kind of a danger signal. We got to really be careful. I might probably wrap another wrap around it actually. Let's check the size first though. Always check the size on the reed side. Okay, so we're 14. We need to still reduce by 3 sizes. I'm going to wrap a couple more wraps on there, and that should hopefully be good. It's going to be a size 11 when I'm done. That's the customer asked for size 11. Okay, so back in, reed side down. Okay, I'll put it in, cut side down, push the tape back up a little bit. I'm going to use that line as our reference. Okay, now you can see the tape is hardening. You can still see a little bit of that detail through here, but I think we're okay. Probably wouldn't hurt to wrap another wrap around it on that side. Check the size. 13 1/4. And this process takes a little while, but it's probably the most important part of the whole process. Okay, turn it over. I'm going to check the size again after this. Eleven and a half. So now we got to slow things down and be real careful now because I don't want to overshoot, undershoot the size, I guess would be a proper term. And we're almost straight, but reed side's still just a little bit bigger, so I'll put reed side back in, down, and go for 1/2 size reduction now. And hopefully I didn't go over or under. $11. Okay, so that's okay. Actually, hold on, let me check the. It's a little bit under 11, but that's okay because I'll show you why. All right, you see there's a rim right here, and I want to cut that out of there because if I don't, then it'll be uncomfortable to wear. So I'm going to go back to the deburring tool again. And we're going to cut that rim out of there. I have to be careful that I don't scrape detail on the inside. I just want to hit that rim. Okay, that took me up to 11 1/4. But when I get done, I can reduce it a little bit. It's looking pretty nice now, though. Once we get this polished up, it's going to look real good. Okay, so now I'm going to take a diamond burr and smooth that edge out, because the deburring tool leaves little stutters, I guess you could call it, that need to be smoothed out. Okay. Here we go. You have to be really careful I don't hit the detail on the inside. Just want to hit that rim. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me zoom in just a little bit here. I'll show you what I was working on. I can get it situated here. Yeah, I was working on this edge right here with a diamond burr. All right, now I'll take some sandpaper and smooth it out. Let's see. Be right back. All right, I'm going to take this fingernail buffing block and hit that inside real nice, make it nice and smooth, ready to polish. Okay, I need to change the view here just a little bit. So I'm going to use that drill to do some more fine sanding on the inside. This gets a little noisy. I apologize. All right, that looks good now. I'll turn it around and get the cut side. All right, that looks good. All right, we're ready to start polishing. Well, I'll just have to keep it like that. All right, so first step in the polishing is to take this steel wool. It's a 4/0 steel wool. And start buffing it with that. It's a very fine steel wool. It'll make it start to shine a little bit. And if there's any fire scale, this will help to get rid of it. But the 999 silver doesn't really fire scale, so. All right, now we'll start polishing. I use Mother's mag and aluminum polish. It makes a nice shiny surface. And use soft cloths to do this. Get a nice dab of polish on this cloth and then start rubbing it. When I change over to a clean microfiber towel, this will start to shine real nice. Doesn't look too good now, but just give it a second. There, she's starting to shine up real nice. All right. There we go. There's You're the dragon. I need to work on the inside a little bit more. All right, guys, that's it. Catch you next time.